to the TED Ed podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, people. We back again here. We're on our show. I was just telling my friend here about a friend of mine who, man, this story is unbelievable. I'm not going to sit here and tell it again. So anyway, I'm feeling okay. My friend might be able to make it on through. But anyway, Ted, what you got going, man?
Well,
Excuse me, I got a
I'm
cold.
going to talk a little bit about sports.
About who?
Sports. And there's a big movement now. You know, we got baseball, we got football, we got basketball, we got soccer, basketball, all that. So those are the major sports. But what sports people look at is ratings. They claim, and I'm getting this information from a person named by Mark Lansbury, and he claims that racing sailboats gets more ratings than basketball. So I did some research on it, and there are 4 million people that participate in racing and yacht racing and sailboat racing and all that, 4 million people. It's a $3.3 billion industry. However, globally, it's almost a $50 billion industry. So in my mind, these people, they're looking for other ways to invest to make money. Basketball might have reached its apex. Football might have reached its apex. You know, these teams now are worth, I mean, you used to combine for a little, you know, couple of 100,000 or 100 million. Now they're worth $5 and $6 billion. And how basketball and baseball make their money is through concessions and paraphernalia. Because you're going to have fans that's going to be fans, and they're going to buy the jerseys, the caps, the coats, the jackets. And then you have special events with the athletes, and they pay for that. So now they also say bull riding draws more audience. Very popular sport. Women's sports. So when you look at, and I'm talking about down the road, start watching your TV, and you're going to be seeing more of these sailboating races, women's sports. You know, they say that one of the biggest, hottest items now is the competition slap. You ever seen that on TV?
No, I haven't.
Two big old men stand up against each other and they slap each other. First one goes, boom. Then the next one goes. And that's on TV. Slapping. So, and I'm saying this, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm going to put his name out there. Magic Johnson right now got about 5 professional teams.
Mm-hmm.
He making bank. And these people see that. But his is in major sports: baseball, football, basketball, and soccer. But these other little sports, we did a thing not long ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, might have been 5 years ago, I don't know. We did a little segment on all the sports and the money making in the Olympics and all of that, pro teams and all the how much money the playoffs make and all that. However, sports is big business. I don't care. You ever seen this sport where it's on TV all the time, where you got a pad of rocks and you try to put it in the hole? That's on TV all the time.
You got
So
a
all
what?
of the,
Yeah, you putting what in the hole?
you put it's a little bag full of rocks, and then they got you got levels that you can go to, and if you get it to the higher level, then you score big points. And they sit there and they play that game right on TV. What happens is that these people get sponsorships. And they make these people out of stars. And this is what's going on right now. Because when you talk about a ball player making $60 million a year for playing 82, 90 games maybe,
Okay.
it's a lot of people that's out there that's jealous of that. You got quarterbacks. Our quarterback here, who just lost yesterday, last
Right, I
night,
know.
make $50 million a year.
Mm.
$50 million a year. And he's like a C+ football player.
Mm.
Maybe B-, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got the guy from New York who was in Green Bay.
And Rodgers, he quitting this year, I heard.
Yeah, well, he might be quitting, he might not. But the thing is, he's making over $50 million a year.
Well, about 4 or 5 years ago, he was worth that. I don't know how much. I don't know what he's doing now, but back then he was.
Yeah, they weren't paying that kind of money then.
Yeah, I know. But I think he playing with the Jets now, right?
Playing with the Jets.
Yeah, because the Jets decided to pay him that kind of money and everything, and he just put that bank away. So I think the Jets were banking on him carrying them a lot further than what he has. But hey, that's the chance you take, picking up a 30-some-year-old quarterback.
Yeah, he's almost 40 years old.
Right.
If not 40. But this is when people, I went to a pro game a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to tell you, I was sitting up in the stands. The game started 8 o'clock. 7:30, no seats was filled. Very few people was in the seats. 7:45, no seats in the field, in the seat. 10 minutes before the game, 5 minutes before the game, the whole arena was full.
And that quick?
That quick.
How many seats were in the stadium? How many seats were in the stadium?
It holds 20,000. The stadium was full. I said, what? I was looking down and I was, reading something or whatever. And I said, Dad, where's all the fans at? That's what I was saying. Because because we had been there like at 4:30. We didn't want to be late because we was getting good seats and it was with a group of people. So I looked up. I said, "Where's all the fans at?" Dang! And next thing I know, I looked up, man, the place was packed. I don't know. And these fans, they fill up these stadiums, bro. Look at all the football games; it's packed. Even college games are packed. And we know for years, the big colleges always was 100,000 strong.
Mm-hmm.
By us being past athletes and played high school and college ball, I'm not that much of a spectator, but I like to watch a good game every now and then. And I do watch my basketball because, even though I can't play no more, but still, I ain't like that, bro. I ain't gonna go no, every time they open the doors, I'm gonna be there. But these fans, man, they are fanatics. Fanatics. And that money, they spend their money because those concession things. Let me tell you, bro. I think I bought myself a wine. I bought my son a drink. That right there was like $30. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm a little hungry. I'll buy something else. That was another $40. Then we had his two kids with him. He spent about $40 for them. Mm-hmm. So they made, and I'm talking about nothing. It wasn't nothing. What I bought. It was just like a hamburger or a hot dog. I don't even remember, and a drink. Mm-hmm. It's like these people, man. You spend $20 for a doggone glass of wine. $20 or $15 for a hamburger or a hot dog. I'm telling you, bro. It's like the money that they make off of the average person. They say, y'all got disposable income? We're going to eat you up. We're going to eat that money up. Any disposable income that anybody got, they're going to try to take it. And people out there spending that money like it's going out of style. You just said it right there. You went to the mall, 70% off. Probably, oh, wow. They probably made them buy it. They were going there and buy maybe a couple of pieces. They probably bought 4 or 5 pieces. Spent $300 instead of $100. Mm-hmm. That's the way it works, bro. This country is all about consumerism. That's what grows our GDP, spending money. Mm-hmm. Now I said that for this reason.
Okay.
What they gonna do when AI take over?
It's taking over already.
That's what I said. What they gonna do? Because pretty soon, I can guarantee you, next year these major corporations, they're gonna say big time layoff, 20,000, 10,000, 30,000.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I really don't believe that's going to happen right now unless some other extraneous things and stuff happen. And with this new administration coming in, if he enact those tariffs, then you can expect that to happen. Because people are not going to be buying those products and stuff and everything. And the companies who are affected and stuff by it, they won't be able to stay in business.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what he does. If he enacts that tariff, like he said he's going to do, it is going to mess up a whole lot of things. Now, there are a lot of people who are betting that he doesn't enact it, and then there are a lot of people and stuff and everything. Once he said he was going to do it, they started flooding our borders and stuff with all of their products as much as they can get into this country, into those out of those enterprise zones inside of our borders. So we are hoping that they are hoping and stuff that if he does, they'll have enough of their supplies and stuff inside the borders and everything to where it won't hurt them and stuff until probably February, I mean March or April, maybe even May. They may have enough inside these borders and stuff where it was not bother them. But he's going to have a big effect and stuff, Ted, on what the heck this market and stuff looks like and everything after he becomes in office and what the heck he does. And everybody right now is watching him and what he does and what's going to happen. So we just have to see what's happening. But I'm saying I heard you talk about these sports and filling up these stadiums. Now, I've been to a couple of events this past year, and I look around, and just like you said, they'll come in there. The tickets are astronomical. You go in, and most of those games they're very important. You might pay $600-700 for a nosebleed seat,
Yep.
a nosebleed seat because it's so popular. But you wonder and stuff sometimes, Ted, where are these folks getting this money from?
That's a good question, bro.
Where is this money coming from to be able to do that and still be able to live and have a home, have an apartment, have a car, all of that other stuff and everything that comes with regular everyday living? Where is this money coming from? Are they neglecting their regular lives and stuff just so they can go out and party and watch sports or whatever and bet on it? Or are they have so much money and stuff that they have now that they can do that stuff and still live okay? I'm looking at this big fire that's happening over there in Los Angeles. And you and I had a discussion about that a couple of shows ago that they're going to have that thing back up and going in 1 year.
I said a year and a half to 2 years.
Year and a half. Well, you said a year and a half. You didn't say two now. But I'm saying to you that right now, these folks and stuff, because they said those Santa Ana winds and stuff, they getting ready to come back this week. And the fires and stuff might just pick back up again. And you've got people over there who are owners and stuff of these $1, 2, $3 million homes are inviting people to come to protect their property. And they're paying these people whatever money that they ask for to protect their homes. They got firefighters coming in from all of the western states around the state of California. If they can get them there, they're begging them to come to help them protect their property because they cannot afford to let their homes and stuff become destroyed. But they've already destroyed something like 56 square miles of buildings, homes, or whatever. And we still don't have enough homes to take care of the people and everything who don't have a home right now. So where is this labor going to come from to build these places back up? There's only so many people here who are skilled in doing that kind of work. Where's it going to come from? And you got to consider that there are other parts of this country and everything that still have not been rebuilt. You're talking about your state. You're talking about North Carolina. You're talking about a highway over there, Interstate 40 and stuff, that they still haven't fixed yet. Where is labor going to come from, Ted? So you talking about unemployment? Where is labor going to come from? And then we have a president who's getting ready to come in that is dead set to beat this governor over there in California over the head.
Oh yeah.
They've already started battling, man. They battling now. Both of them, they battling, and I don't know if Newsom's going to win, but he put up a good fight. And then you got a president in Canada who just put out an invite to have the whole West Coast become a part of Canada. She got on their Canadian
He just
channel,
said that.
and she got on the Canadian channel and invited them. She said, if he can try to get us to be the 51st state, we going to open our borders up and invite the West Coast. That means California, Oregon, and Washington. And Washington is so close to our borders and stuff that they don't have to worry about a thing. So we're going to invite Oregon.
Michigan too.
Yeah, we're going to invite Oregon and California to come in too. And she said, guess what, people in California? We allow women to get an abortion. We have free health care. And we have a society over here that protects folks from gun violence. We have the lowest gun violence and stuff in the world. So come on over here. You are a welcome entity to us. And she said, I'm looking over on the East Coast, and we got Vermont and Maine sitting up in here. They can join us too. So you are welcome to come. So our knucklehead president has created a firestorm because he opened his mouth and said something stupid. What other stupid stuff is he going to do? And his compadres. Whoa, Ted, what is going on around here?
What's going on in the world, bro?
Hey, this man has opened up, he already opened up some stuff here, a can of fish. And the president of Mexico, that woman down there, I don't think he's going to bother girlfriend at all. She done already threatened him. Don't you do this. You the people in Greenland said he don't bring his butt up there. And he said, well, I might bring military folks up there. He gonna create the worst mess in the world if he takes the military up there and try to take over that daggone country up there in Greenland. Now he might be able to do it, but he's gonna cause a storm, buddy, that he ain't gonna be this. He's not gonna be able to deal with. There's an old saying, Ted. You pray for the rain, but look out for the mud. Look out for the mud. You're gonna have to deal with the mud when you're praying for rain. So we sit down there telling people he praying for this to happen, but the mud gonna come. So I don't know if he can handle that. I don't know. And we got confirmation hearings going on right now.
Yep.
So as you said before the show started, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff going on, people. A lot of stuff going on. And I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up with this.
And here's the thing, the American people just living their life. You go shopping, they just living their life. Not a concern in the world.
Yep.
They're not even concerned about what's going on.
Mm-mm.
They just, people going shopping, going grocery shopping, going to their little job. They think everything is all rosy and dozy. They don't know, man, that there's a effect. That there is an effect of what this man does, what he says, because he's the president of the United States of America. We have hundreds of allies, countries that we are aligned with. And here we are coming against our allies. Every time these people open their mouth, they dogging the FBI, CIA, DC, they call it, I forget the name they call it, but they got a negative name for DC. It's almost like they hate this country. Is it perfect? No, far from it. But the bottom line is, I don't understand it, Ed. Why do these people constantly, there's a way to, you can say things and do things and say this could be better and this can be better. And you should do this, you should do that. But this right here is just flat out, oh, the left, the left, the left. Everything is the left. They communists, they socialists. It's crazy. So as far as I'm concerned, most of them are just traitors, bro. They're traitors. Because there's too many people working for the government, state houses and everywhere else, that are real patriots and there to serve. There might be a few out there that's trying to sabotage, but I would say majority of them, 85%, is there to serve. And then they want to throw God in it. I listen to Sean Hannity every blue moon. I can't take him no more. But he was dogging Governor Newsom and LA, blaming them for every little thing. Lying. Everything is their fault. And he just poisoning his audience. That's all. He just poisoning his audience. And that's across the country. They all got to say the same thing. And so all of these red states, they listen to that stuff all day. So they have to, then the first thing they say, oh, Obama divided the country. He's the reason why this country is divided. That's their mainstay right there. So this thing here is bigger than Trump. You got too many people that's been programmed listen to propaganda, listen to lies, and then they don't think for themselves. They're not critical thinkers. They don't look at the truth. Look for the truth. Is the Democrats perfect? Far from it. But tell me, what has the Republicans done for you? What have they done for you? We're gonna see, because the last time they was in charge, it was a mess. We had shutdowns. We had a pandemic that was mishandled. The man didn't create no jobs. He was a negative on that. But he was giving a lot of money away. $12 million to the farmers, millions to religious groups. I would dare say billions. So, yeah, if he's your daddy, that's fine. You look for him to give you money. But as far as making this country better, look what Joe Biden did here. Infrastructure. That's going on right now. 10-year plan. Set aside $300 billion every year to get those infrastructure things going. And that takes time. He buoyed up ACA so people get better health care. I'm telling you, bro. He saved a whole lot of unions and their pension. A man called in the C-SPAN yesterday morning. You know what he said? He said, I want to thank President Biden. I've never lived so good. He saved my pension. But yet still they hate Joe Biden. Then they go and all these lies talking about now this I don't know because I've never really investigated or did any research on Joe Biden's finance. But they claim he got 2 multi-million-dollar houses. Now, when did he buy those houses? 30 years ago? And if he paid $500,000 for them back then, yeah, they probably worth about $1.2 million. But people don't. They look at what's going on now. Those aides right now, when Trump get back in office, those aides still gonna be $5 or $10 a dozen. We'll see. We're gonna have a lot of people hurting, bro. A lot of people hurting. Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up.
I think that probably the worst thing that can happen to us that is going on right now is the things that made this country great a long time ago. And that was innovation. When you stifle your innovation, and the only thing that you're concerned about is creating money, but you don't have any new ideas coming down the pipeline, you're not going to make it very long. We looked at a lot of these countries and stuff over there in the Asian Pacific, and we kept looking down on them and looking down on them. Well, China has spent a huge amount of money on their infrastructure, something that Joe Biden tried to do. But the money that he spent is pennies compared to what some of these other modern countries and stuff are doing. We still riding around on technology that was created in the 1800s. We still got trains on tracks that were created by the Chinese and was built by them out in the West Coast. And
Well,
the
that ain't
color,
all the way true because we did it too. They
yep,
used us
yep,
too.
we did. We had it. I said they brought out West, but they also brought our folks and stuff to build the ones over here in the South and in other places. Black folks built the ones over here in the South. But my point is that we're still riding around on these rails that's 200 years old, probably.
Dilapidated.
And all we want to do is just repair it. These people over there in China, Ted, they are riding around on on public transportation and stuff, on stuff that is so innovative. It is a horrible shame. They don't have rails and stuff on the ground. They up in the air. All their transportation's in the air now. They're not on the ground because there's too many people down there. So they're building on the top or they're building on the bottom. They got people over there in the Arab countries and stuff. They're building entire cities under the ground. And these folks over here laughing at them. They can't do that. They're doing it. Where are they going to get their money from? They can't get their oil sold. They're still doing it. China has invested a huge amount of money in the innovation. And man, I saw some YouTube thing out there on some of those things that they got going on. And man, it is unbelievable.
Bridges and high rises and
Absolutely.
mass transportation.
They taking care of their infrastructure. They're spending trillions of dollars on their infrastructure. And they have right now, they're pulling in all kinds of stuff to help out. But we're still sitting around there letting the hogs to pollute the earth, the ground. There are times and stuff, and people don't even realize that in the whole state of Iowa, they cannot drink the water that's on top of the ground because all them hog farms over there have put all these poisonous stuff there into the soil. But yet and still, we got a president and his boys and stuff saying, we're going to end regulations. How stupid can you be? We can't get no more ignorant than that, Ted.
Yeah. Yeah.
We cannot get no more ignorant than that. There are diseases and stuff now that are coming back into this daggone country, and you got somebody that you're going to put in charge to say, we don't need to inoculate our children. We don't need to make sure that they are disease free. And there's all these old viruses and stuff that we used to inoculate when we were kids, mumps, measles, and all that stuff, it's coming back. But he's telling you You don't have to do this. We're not going to shoot up our kids. I don't believe in giving them vaccines or whatever. What? He's going to be in charge, Ted. He's going to be in charge. You got your girl who come from down there in Florida, Pam Boopata or whatever her name is. She's going to be the attorney general. She ain't got enough sense to get out of the rain. But she going to be the attorney general. Woe is us. And they can't throw them all out there. So some of them are going to be getting these jobs.
Yes.
Department heads. Some of them are going to be department heads. And if the top is stupid, what you think the bottom going to turn out to be? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, people. And we're going to be surprised, Ted, as who is going to be probably our saving grace.
Who? What?
We're going to be surprised at who's going to be our saving grace.
Who's going to be our saving grace, Ed?
I'm looking at Vaxawami and that goddamn Elon Musk.
You saying they going to be our saving grace?
That's probably the only thing that we got that's going to save us. And the reason why, and the reason and stuff, Ted, why I am saying this is because these boys ain't stupid like the president. They were raised, they're engineers, they understand about engineering. They understand that innovation and stuff and everything is going to be able to what's going to be driving what is going to be going on that we got to have in this country. In some kind of way, I'm hoping that they can be able to steer some of these dumb folks that they're getting ready to put in these department heads and stuff and everything in the direction and stuff to be innovative and to bring in these things that we're going to need to make this country what it can be.
Yeah. Well, there's no question that there's a lot of waste.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, what you gonna do with the excess?
That's a good question.
Because if you pulling in, right now we do about $4 trillion a year, but our interest rate is $1 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
Our military is 1.5 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
And our 1.5 trillion, I would say 1.5 trillion for Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we over $1 million over the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Trillion, I'm sorry. So, and then you have your other cash that's there and available for all these programs. That's another trillion.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do? See, the thing is, some of these security programs, see, they give a lot of this money to these outsourcing. At least $1 trillion of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, because DC don't work. They don't do nothing. They just give money to people to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So all I gotta say is these white men have messed this thing up. And it started with our. They have messed it up. Had a good thing going, bro. I don't know who's gonna come in and save us, but you said those two people.
I'm saying that because I don't see anybody else out there, Ted, who can do it. Because the rest of them are dumb. I don't see anybody else who's going to be able to do anything. Your president, only thing he's concerned about is his pocketbook, putting money in his pocketbook and destroying whatever he put his hands on. Because as we all know, and anybody who got any kind of sense know, that man ain't never made any money for anybody but himself.
He's still out there pushing watches. I heard a commercial on today on one of the conservative TV shows.
See that? There you go. He pushing watches.
Pushing watches, $100,000 watches.
He got watches, and he want his name on some of these buildings around here. And he's fighting folks and stuff because he don't want to be called a criminal. And want to punish people that he don't like. And he trying to get the Congress to do his bidding to completely put this country in so much debt that it's going to look just like the Atlantic City, a ghost town. But, Ted, I'm hoping and praying that we have some representatives out there. I don't believe in everything that this man has thought about doing, but I got to believe that some of the things that he is saying, that some of the Democrats should not completely throw him in the gutter. And that's that senator over there in Pennsylvania, Old Fetterman. He's saying that, and the Democrats are beating him over the head big time. But you got to get at the table with them folks. And maybe some of them folks might be able to listen to what the heck you have to, your input that you have to say. Because we can't keep fighting him. Because if you're fighting him and you spending all your efforts and time in fighting him, you can't get too much done. Do you remember, Ted, in 17 or 18? I think it was 18. End of 17, first part of 18. You remember Trump shut this country down for 45 days?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Who got the country, this shutdown back on the road again?
It was the Democrats.
Who was it?
I don't remember.
It was Nancy. Pelosi sat there in that office. They got pictures of it. Her sitting in the office there with the dumbass Donald and the senator there, Schumer, to open this daggone country back up again.
Is that when she stood up and pointed her finger at him?
She got up in terms of, we're going to get this thing back on the road. I don't care what you got to say. We're going to open this daggone country back up again. So she got at the table and stuff with him and said, hey, we're going to get this thing taken care of. And that dumb rascal sat there and they opened it back up. You got to sit at the table with him. and make him look stupid before he gonna listen, or anybody else around the country gonna listen, because there was a whole lot of reporters sitting around there taking pictures of what they saw. And little Nancy come out of that baby smelling like a rose because she got it back going again after 45 days. Because if she hadn't sat down there with him, Ted, they probably would have been still shut down. Because he was being stupid. Get at the table. You can't affect anything unless you're sitting at the table with him. You can't sit back and don't get at the table. Now, maybe Hakeem can figure out a way how to put his thumb on Johnson and get him through and tell him, say, hey, bro, you're going to need our help. Let's get this done here. We can't do this and we can't do that. And for God's sake, Ted, we can't let these old farts continue to sit down there and run this daggone country. They don't have any ideas. They don't have any new ideas. They got that old stuff. They floating around in their head. Doo-doo, doo-doo. You got to change, my friend. You got to change, Ted. You got to. Change is coming.
AI and Bitcoin gonna change all that.
It's gonna change it. You got to change.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know yet.
So we get your final word, Ted. You got about 4 or 5 minutes here of time left here to get your final word in. I'm gonna let you have the stage for at least 3 or 4
All I'm
minutes.
gonna say is, keep your eye on these sports and what they're gonna present to you on TV, and try to buoy that up, because it's all about making money. And there are millions of people that like boating and yachting and sailing, like the rodeo. People like, they already then forced us into soccer. So get with the program. Everything is, before you know it, you're gonna have. We've always had people in the rodeo. The yachting thing is so expensive, though. That's the whole thing. But we'll see. And Trump, his first 100 days is gonna be a mess, bro. That's all I gotta say. His first 100 days is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be chaos galore. He had already set it up. He's gonna have so many orders. That's all I gotta say. And like I said, I'm keeping up with him, but the thing is, it's so depressing. And the Democrats are not letting people know what they're gonna do. I haven't hardly heard anybody. All they can do is criticize. So I don't know what, the thing of just resist and fight. That's the only thing they can do. But they're not saying what they're gonna do with the party, how they're gonna improve the party. Anytime you got this Marianne, whatever, she ran for president several times, she's running for DNC. I don't know who else is running for DNC. I think it's some guy I never heard of. He running for DNC. So I don't know. And that's important, to have the right person in that office. Because when it all boils down to, man, it's about party. You're either a Republican or you're a Democrat. because they're the ones making the decisions in the White House and in the House, both houses. One is want to destroy the country. The other one's trying to make things better for the country. I might not like their tactics and the things that they propose on some of the things, but they do try to make it better. So we'll see.
Seven days, people. 7 days left. Next week, this time, they're going to be a new sheriff on the block. He's a new sheriff in charge. So, hey, when a new sheriff comes on board, he's going to do some sweeping. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Just sit back and see what happens. Just like everybody else is. They're going to sit back and see what's going to happen. But we give this son of a gun too much power, I think, Ted. We're giving him too much power. Giving him too much power. And that's what he likes. He likes the fact that he can have that power. And just, they need to just put one of them kids playpen out, a sand pit out the back of the White House, and just let Donald go over there and play in it. Let him play in the kiddie pond. And let the grown folks handle this stuff. That's all I can say. Yeah, put him out there in the kiddie pond. Build me a little sand pit in the back of the White House. Oh man. Oh no, I don't know. We're gonna be okay, Ted. I believe we're gonna be okay, man. We done made it through a whole lot of mess, man. We're gonna make it through this stuff here. I know we are. We're gonna look back on this stuff next year, this time, and say, man, we thought it was gonna be bad, but we're gonna make this on through. So anyway, people, have a good day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.